is falling. The fans are soaked. But here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They start the drive with Cook. And we'll get this up just shy of the 30. Now this defense for the Ravens, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. On the return, Jackson. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Play action. Now Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Partner, you know when we call it a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Ravens at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The quick feet by Jackson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. Touchdown! Mark Andrews. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
A pitch comes to Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. He was looking for Rashad Bateman there. And it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Jackson to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this?
The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. To the air, Allen. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And they'll get this down to the 10. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. It's complete to Drake. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Tucker down to kick it away following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Cook, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Allen off the play fake. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Allen going to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
With it is Jackson. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills will take over possession here up at the 44. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Second and 8 coming up. Now Allen. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling the back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort. Turn it into a success.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Jackson now. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And a run is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you...
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Open man is Duvernay. Touchdown! Devin Duvernay, 40 yards. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Tucker with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They run the option on second down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, touchdown Bills! I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
Now Jackson on first down. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Play action. It's Jackson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from Barb. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
On third down, Jackson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde.
So the first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
He completes it to Beckham. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
That's Deion Dawkins, the left tackle.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Allen to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Again, Jackson will keep it.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 9 yards on the keeper there, but it's still going to leave him with a 3rd and 1.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And now Jackson will look to throw it.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Now it's Jackson. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, 44 yards.
And the Ravens just continue to roll. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening it up. You may get some playing time in this one.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Throwing now is Allen. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson. Throw right side, caught by Ridley.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Allen now on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson. And really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Tucker now to add the point after. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On second and a yard, Allen. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He completes it to the tight end, Knox. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. First down, here's the run with Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
David Ojabo in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Jackson. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
Open man downfield is Ridley.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Allen now looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen out to the left. He's got his tight end Knox.
And he is going to have a Bills first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. It's caught. Beckham.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays harder.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Here's Allen. Quick slant complete to OBJ. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Now Allen, gotta have this one. Eluding the pressure right. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he is going to have the Bills first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Allen hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, 1st down. Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.